All right. I'm live now. I don't know what that was about. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know. Something weird happened with the thing. So all apologies. We're going to have to go and figure that out. Some technology craziness, which is not surprising, right? We're in a time of full moon and eclipses, and eclipses are a catalyst for change. Hey, everybody. Hi. Sorry about that little technical snafu on my part. Sorry about that. So welcome in. Hey, everybody. Hi from India. Hello. Oh my God. Sorry. I totally messed that up, Colleen. I apologize. I don't know what that's about. Okay. So Colleen will be here. No, you didn't miss a darn thing. All right. So we'll just give it a few more minutes. People have to come over from the other little thumbnail. So anyway, that was crazy. Hi, everybody. Hey, California. Hey, Edmonton. How you guys doing? Saskatoon. I love it, from Germany. Hey, everybody. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Rebecca. Nice to see you guys. So we're going to give everybody a minute or two to get themselves over here. Yes. Oh, good. Actually got the notification this time. That's awesome. Hi, Los Angeles. Okay. So welcome in. I want to say to you that is a coat rack over there. If I do this, we won't see it. Okay. I don't want anybody getting upset about the coat rack because it was very disturbing last time. Looked like a monster. So, hi. Hi. So, boy, this is par for the course, isn't it? This is, we are talking, hey, from Mexico, caught you live from Arizona. Hello, darlings. Wisconsin, Roanoke, Wisconsin. I went to Madison. You know that probably. All right. So we've got some folks coming in. I just want to start by saying welcome in. We are going to be talking about the Cancer full moon and the eclipse. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about North Node, South Node stuff. For those of you, sorry, my hair is just a freaking mess today. For those of you who have done the class on North Nodes, this is going to be a little bit old hat to you, but I want to talk about this with you. The monster coat rack. I know. It's over there. Today we're dealing with a Cancer full moon in eclipse season. We're just like in it. Okay, in it. If you're feeling a little out of sorts, you would be forgiven, because what is really happening here is everyone is sort of getting a new set point. Okay? Everybody is getting a new set point. And this Cancer, the feelings that are being, jumbled up and pulled up, and, all of a sudden you're having this like fear around the situation, or love around another situation. All of a sudden it just feels like things are just a mess. Things are all over the place. Not unlike this live this morning. Things are kind of all over the place. So it's par for the course, right? So eclipses are a catalyst for change. This is a lunar eclipse, Cancer, moon in Cancer. And when you look at it, when we're talking about this, we're talking about the nodes of the moon. And that's why I bring up the North Node, South Node. We are experiencing a node of the moon being in Cancer. All right. North Node of the moon being in Cancer right now, and the South Node being in Capricorn. So the South Node of the moon in Capricorn, that's 10th house. That's a very pragmatic place for it to be. It's about limits and structures, right? So going back to an old way of doing things is going to limit you, is going to also be, South Node is about things dissolving underneath you. Okay. You've already been there, done that, got the t-shirt, no need to go back there. You've already done the work. Okay. You've done the work. So everything that has been happening with you, doing your spiritual work, doing your healing, letting go of people, letting go of situations, fully stepping into your power. This Cancer full moon in the 4th house, right? 4th house is your inner life. How do you feel about this? Okay? It is the mother. It is the moon. It is ruled by the moon. So this inner persona in you, it's really about being driven by that beautiful, loving energy. Okay. The Capricorn is the father. The Capricorn is the taskmaster. The Capricorn is the get it done by the numbers, limits, structures, very pragmatic Saturn energy, right? And in January, we're naturally in Saturn energy. But this moon, this eclipse in Cancer is a catalyst for change, for you to believe in yourself, in what you're telling yourself, you mothering yourself, you nurturing yourself, regardless of what all of the pragmatic Saturnian nature of the place of the time is right now. Okay. So this is a very private kind of experience. And so what I'm going to do here for y'all is I'm going to do a little reading for those watching. And you don't have to be watching this live for this to be for you. But I'm going to move my little book over here. I have my notes here, but I am going to reference a couple of things here before I move on. That this new vibration that you're experiencing through this eclipse and through this Cancer energy is really about the coming reward on a massive scale. Because like I said to you, you did the work. You did it. You're here, man. You're on this new level. This is a new normal. Okay? So what is likely to be occurring for people is you're basing your decisions not on the hard, kind of putting in the time, all that stuff, toting that barge, lifting that bale, right? Capricornian energy. You're not doing that because that's then, right? South Node. I already know how to do that. Already did that. Now you're having to embrace your true self, your true internal nature, your internal mother, and being in that loving energy. So you're doing things that are better for you. You're doing things that are for you, as opposed to doing it because you're supposed to. You have to. This is now about this reward. This is a new normal. Okay. And the cool thing about this too is that if things are not for you, we get that card sometimes in the readings. I know you've seen that one, not for you kind of thing. You'll know it, and you'll have already done the work of clearing it. You've already done so much work on clearing. I think you need to give yourself a lot of credit for that. You've done the hard work. You've already done it. Okay. So I'm going to use this animal spirit deck. Let me see if I can push this out a little bit. All right, give you a little bit more of a view here. Let's use the animal spirit deck, and then I'm going to do a full-on reading. Most of you here are walking the spiritual path. I feel like everybody is walking the spirit. Well, we're all walking the spiritual path. This is not really optional anymore. But some of you are more in tune with it than others for different reasons. So this is really for those watching. Okay, for those watching. Any zodiac signs that show up, I'll give a little card shout out to that. Hey, everybody. Hey, new normal. New normal, baby. No going back. You don't have to. All of this stuff, all of that's been cleared. You are on a new plateau, you don't have to like sit in the energy of, oh, I'm going through that cycle again, or oh, I'm doing, right? Clearing. That's what this is all about, right? Eclipses are catalysts for change. So, moth spirit, surrender now. Oh, this is one of those moths, Colleen. I don't know if you can see this, but we talked about this moth. I had a moth like this outside my house in 2014 when I just started really going down the spiritual purging road and had a very tough lesson that I purged when I saw that moth, and I didn't know what it was at the time. Oh my God, dragonfly. Are you kidding me? You guys, truth transcends illusion. Surrender now. Wow. Truth transcends illusion. I love dragonflies. I love this moth message here. You don't need to work so hard. Who's ever working, this is a message for who's ever working. You're working too hard at this. This is your natural place. I feel like on this spiritual journey, right? People feel like they have to like, oh, I've got to purge and I've got to go through, I've got to do all this stuff and I've got to, I'm going through these cycles and it's crazy and it feels weird and everything like that. And I don't know if you've ever read this book, but I'm going to recommend this book to you. Yes. How can I clear fear of failure with money? We're going to talk about that. Okay. So have you ever seen this book here? I don't know if Living Buddha, Living Christ. This is Thich Nhat Hanh. Oprah has interviewed him several times. Living Buddha, Living Christ. This is the 20th anniversary of this book, anniversary edition of this book. I had the old one, fell apart. Now I have a new one. I highly recommend this. And I actually went to a page today. Sometimes you just randomly pick up books and pick up a page. And when I was preparing for this Cancer full moon energy, the passage that jumped out at me here was enjoy being alive. To breathe and know you are alive is wonderful, right? Surrender now. To breathe and know you are alive is wonderful because you are. Everything is possible. The Sangha, the community of practice, can continue. The church can continue. Please don't waste a single moment. Every moment is an opportunity to breathe life into Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Every moment is an opportunity to manifest Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. There is a person whose appearance on earth for the well-being and happiness of all. Who is that person? So every time you ask that question, different people have different answers. But it is for them to answer, and it is for you to answer. This is a question from the Antaggara Nikaya. I don't think I'm pronouncing that correctly. For Buddhists, that person is the Buddha. For Christians, that person is Jesus Christ. Through your daily life, you can help that person continue. You only need to walk in mindfulness, making peaceful, happy steps on our planet. Breathe deeply. Enjoy your breathing. Be aware that the sky is blue and the bird songs are beautiful. Enjoy being alive, and you will help the living Christ and the living Buddha continue for a long, long time. So part of what you were talking about manifesting abundance, about self-worth, lack of self-worth, know that the living Christ, know that the Buddha is alive in each one of you. Will you look at yourself differently, knowing your self-worth is we are all that together. We all make up that energy. We are all making up that energy. So surrender now. The truth transcends illusion. We're living in a time, we are living in a time that most of us, all of us, are seeing that some people are living in illusion and some people are not. What is the illusion? Who knows, right? There is this sense of being disconnected and yet connected at the same time. There is a sense that you're seeing a completely different world than the person standing next to you on the bus or the person down the hallway at your office. And it's shocking to you sometimes when you realize that the truth isn't we, each one of us, holds our own perspective on truth, but the truth comes from a very separate place. And we are, well, I shouldn't say separate. It's not separate. It makes up all of us. What is going to be happening in 2020 is that we were all going to be coming together. 2020 is perfect vision. We are all, the people who have the veil over their eyes, the people who are not seeing are going to see again. That is going to be lifted. Surrender now to truth transcending illusion. Illusion comes from fear. All right, illusion comes from fear. This Cancer full moon is about you knowing in your heart that we are all connected. We are all one. Cancer moon. I was Gemini. I was born on a full moon, Gemini, which turned into a Cancer moon the very next day. So, or very day, the same time, that day, not the next day. Exchanging gifts, starting to come together, building blocks, This is what I want to see. I want to see us coming together. Come to the edge. This almost seems to me like things that we had counted on in the past are falling away. New things, so some of the realities that we believe in, it's really just about love. It's really just about love. Anything that's not about love is about fear. There's only two things, love or fear. And when you're not living in love, when you're not in that space of self-love or love of other, love of humanity, then it's fear. And we all do it. We all slip in and out of that. That's the Capricorn South Node. Okay. That's the hard truths of life. That's the thing that, you got to work on it. You got to really rub some dirt on it. You got to be hardcore, the Saturnian nature of that. If you ever took that, we do a North Node, South Node class on the channel. And we talk about North Node is the work you're here to do on this planet. You look at your own astrology chart, your North Node of the moon is your particular unique work you're here to do on the planet. South Node, stuff you did in your last life. Don't need to do that again. Got the t-shirt, okay? And so when you look at this reading, this is about building blocks to the future and letting some things fall away. All right, letting some things fall away that need to fall away. Those things are no longer necessary. It's not that they're bad or evil or anything like that. They're just outlived their purpose. They've outlived their purposefulness. Moving into the age of Aquarius. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And we are all connected. That is the next step for all of us to understand that we are all connected and overcome that barrier of other, right? There's no such thing as countries. Thank you, Ro. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thanks for the $9.99. There's no such thing as countries. There's no such thing as other, okay? There's no such thing. All right, so underneath is about communication, travel worldwide. This is messages going around the world. That's why YouTube is so awesome. Don't you think that? Because we're talking and I'm seeing people from all over the world here, all over the States, all over Europe, everywhere. Yes. Chariot, Cancerian energy. There we are. What did I just say to you? This is about reward on a massive scale. Communication through your heart chakra. Okay? Reward on a massive scale. Letting go of this old bullshit. Please, will you please? We all have to learn how to do that. It's hard. It's not easy. But the first thing, moth spirit, surrender now. If you're in places emotionally, spiritually, whatever place you're in and you're struggling, let go. Just surrender to it. It's amazing. Go into mindfulness. If you are in that place of I'm struggling, the best thing you can do is prepare and do a mindfulness practice. North Node in Cancer, would this be a crazy moon cycle? All of this is building on it. It's basically bringing us to a new level of manifesting through our heart chakras, the collective manifesting through our heart chakras. So if you've been feeling crazy energy the last couple of days, which I definitely have felt that and see that, all you need to do is look at the energy and go, what am I to learn here? What is important for me to know here? Why is this here, right? Is it coming from fear? Most crazy energies come from fear. It's bringing things up so you can learn from them, all right? You've done so much healing work already. You don't need to get yourself in that Saturnian, Capricornian, I gotta do it, right? It's more about heart and opening. Knight of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Five of Cups. Yeah, people are going. Hierophant. Yes. Ace of Swords. Ace of Wands. Wow. Okay, so let's start here. Let's start at the end. And then I'll do the rest of the reading here, but the end of the first part of it. This is about a new truth. A new truth taking root. Something being offered to all of us. Teachers, all y'all are teachers. I don't know if you know that. You're teachers, you're light workers, you're healers. You're on this planet to hold this torch, right? So other people can see. All right. So other people who are not really there, they're not open to it. They're still, I mean, I can't believe that there are still people who are super duper blocks of wood, but they're here. Okay. And a lot of them are leaving. A lot of them are going, are you know, leaving your life, but also leaving the planet and moving on to other things, you know, other experiences, other realms, whatever. And the people who are here for this purpose of expansion, of coming together, of transcending illusion. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon card is a lot about illusion. And so this surrendering to the collective, surrendering to this connection that we have, surrendering to all the work you've done, all the things you've done, it's transcending illusion. You're still in that space. You're still in this watery space, though. It's not frightening anymore. It's not frightening anymore. Okay, it's about letting go of this kind of stuff, letting go of sadness that certain things didn't work out. It's not necessary. I do feel some of you are going to be having some people leaving your life, especially people who are very Saturnian in energy, people who believe in a very 20th century way of life, people who have not embraced a spiritual path. We're all here to do the spiritual path. It's just, are you going to do it easy? Are you going to embrace it? Are you going to open to it? Or are you going to resist it? And I feel like there's a lot of people who have resisted it. All right. So this Knight of Cups, Two of Pentacles. Hold on. Shh, Mary Jo. All right. Three of Cups. I was going to say this: Tower, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Justice, Five of Swords. Okay. So it is going to be so easy moving forward to see where people are. Gonna be easy for you guys. We will, you know, I long have thought that maybe in this decade, this new decade we're in the 20s, but definitely within the next 20 years, there is not going to be any more lying. There's going to be no such thing as being able to not be fully in your own particular truth. People will see the transparency is going to be, there is going to be no such thing as lying. Lying is going away. All right. Which is, there's no illusion. People will not be able to create illusion anymore. Okay. So that's really what's happening here, is this upending of illusion, this learning how to nurture yourself, focus on yourself despite what's going on. All right. Tower, despite what's going on the planet, despite what's happening with other people, despite that people are still trying to manipulate. Okay. Despite there's still players, despite there are still people who want to, you know, take advantage and stuff like that. But you are transcending. Look at that. You are just transcending this. Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, because now you have your own truth. You have the truth you're here to teach, the truth you're here to share. I see, okay, so let me just say this. I see some Taurus, I see some Libra here, I see Sag, I see Cancer. The purpose of these, Cancer is really about the new moon energy and about manifesting abundance. Look at this Queen of Pentacles here. The Libra is about getting yourself balanced in your own groundedness, but in a spiritual way, that you're listening to your own feelings. You're listening to that Cancer moon in you, right? You're listening to that, and that's keeping you balanced. So no matter what, when people come across your path trying to upend you, thank you, Meredith. Thank you very much. People try to upend you. That's not going to work. This is super solid. I'm feeling like this is really solid. You're not, you have a new, this is not dogma. This is a new way of teaching. I feel like you're going to be doing that. You guys are going to be doing that. So this little weird one over here, Sagittarius, the Sag energy. Yeah. People are trying to manipulate. Wow, 3 5s. Are you kidding me? That's insane. Okay, so 5s are about change. You guys know the numerology of that, right? 5s are about change. So the people who are going to try to glom onto you are going to be ones that are not understanding where we're going, where the evolution of this is taking us. That's going to be fear. It's going to be fear-based, okay? So the people who try to glom onto you are the ones, and that's more Sagittarian energy. So Sag is about adventure, okay? And as you're moving, you know, the Wheel of Fortune moving you forward into adventure, into manifesting what you have been working on or what you've been bringing to the table here all along, other people are going to try to come and upend you a little bit, all right? They're going to come along and upend you. I don't see that happening, not after this, because here you're channeling the Cancerian energy of being solid, and again, that Hierophant, and look at you, Libra energy, Queen of Pentacles. I don't see that at all. I feel like other people are going to get blown up, though. And let me just say this. There's going to be some kind of coming out of the spiritual closet, okay? Coming out of the spiritual closet, becoming fully in your energy, becoming fully in why you're here. And that may upset people who are kind of blocks of wood, kind of 20th century people. That may upset them. I feel like now with this Ace of Swords of Ace of Wands, it's kind of not a thing. All right, it's kind of not a thing. But all those 5s means there's still more change coming. What is important to do is surrender to it. All right, surrender now. Truth transcends illusion, and know that everybody thinks they have their own truth, their own perspective on the world. They think that's the right one. But here's the thing. It's like, give yourself the opportunity to be a little bit, to be teachable, to allow new information to come in that expands, as long as it comes in for the purpose of love. That's the only yardstick that I have. Is this love or fear? You can look at every single thing that comes across your path. Is this about love or is this about fear? Am I making this decision to try to get this job because I'm afraid that someone else is going to take it and I'm going to have an awful boss? You know, is there fear in the motivation or is there love in the motivation? And as you're moving onto this new platform, this reward on massive scale, this new level of vibration, you're no longer really going to have to ask yourself that, because you're in this Cancerian moment of manifesting from a place of the heart space, the nurtured space, right? The Queen of Pentacles space. All right, so blocks that need to be overcome. This is for the collective. Anybody watching this, either right now or in recorded version. Judgment, wow. Knight of Wands, okay. 10 of Cups. So you know that this is what's ahead, okay? You got that? And what's blocking it, the only thing that seems to be blocking it is a little bit of judgment about other people, okay? And listen, guilty, okay? The idea that we have judgment, that we believe that we have a corner on the truth and they're somehow, bleh, right? And, you know, this can come in a lot of different forms: friends, coworkers, family members, exes, husbands, wives, everybody, children, whatever. The idea of living in compassion is the one that needs to be embraced. That is a building block for the future. And that is the only way that we are going to all be able to come together, is if we have compassion. Because a lot of times the hate or the vitriol or the things, it's done out of fear. It's done out of fear. And this is where Thich Nhat Hanh, I think I'm pronouncing that right, because I listened to Oprah say it a bunch of times. Thich Nhat Hanh talks about that you are in your energy, but you are in compassion for other people. Compassion for whatever that they have, you know, that they have to live in that, you know, right? We talk a lot about narcissistic partners. We talk about people who live in hate. We talk about people who are, trying to manipulate us and all kinds of stuff. I'm going to move this fan. And we talk about that a lot on the channel. And yes, are we trying to protect ourselves from it? Absolutely. Got all the fives here. This is a big shift. But having compassion for it, understanding that, you don't have to embrace it. You don't have to embrace that. But this is a human being we're talking about. This is somebody who has had experiences that maybe you haven't had. And, I'm not taking it in, but I'm feeling compassion for you because I wouldn't want to live in that. I don't want to have that perception or that perspective on life. So having compassion for other people is something that on this next level of our experience now, moving into 2020 and beyond, compassion may be the most important thing that we can possibly do. All right, so actions and advice for you. Yes, heart chakra, absolutely, agreed. Teacher. You guys teach me all the time. Six of Swords, whoopsie, Six of Swords. Guys working together to move forward into that, right? Looking out into the world. And the Hermit does know themselves before they move out into the world, before they are putting themselves out there, before they're helping others, before they're, taking up the mantle of service. I feel like what's really needed now is some, in this Cancer full moon, to really embrace the teacher, the inner guide, so you can become a stronger guide, right? Y'all are doing that. That's all your path, right? Indigos, crystal children, rainbows, whatever you are. Indigos are from the 60s. Peace. Whatever you are on that path, embracing the true nature, the inner Christ, the inner peace, the inner Buddha of love. That is the message that we have had for centuries. And whether we can embrace it or not is usually a day-to-day experience. But now more than ever, it seems that we are really splitting apart and we are going into this, people who are living in 5D and people who are living in 3D. Compassion is the peace. All right, messages to you from higher self. Compassion is the peace. 5 of Cups. Again, all the fives, multiple times. We're going to just talk about that. 5 is a number too, 5. Okay, Temperance. That's patience. That's tolerance. The moon. There's a lot more going on than we know. This Cancerian energy of the eclipse is helping us to really go deeper. Yeah, and 7 of Wands. There's a lot of things that are going to be coming up around money, right? We got the 5 of Pentacles over here. Around money, around abundance, around those things. Hold on one second. This is something else. Right. Okay. So I've just spent a long time talking about the fives and about the changes and about the compassion for each other and all of those things. Let's go back here to this very beginning of this reading. Creating abundance on a massive scale, reward on a massive scale, the new standard, the new vibration. So there is belief, there are belief systems around money. Money is emotion. So why would it be outside the bounds of our experience to, when we are churning up a lot of emotions, have abundance being churned up too? Okay. So I feel like some of you are needing to embrace a little bit more your abundance capability, healing that. Okay. And King of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, 4 of Swords. Abundance is creative energy. Okay, just like sex is creative energy, just like, doing whatever kind of art or music or tarot or any kind of creative storytelling. I do that a lot, about any kind of thing like that is going to bring more abundance when it's in alignment with your moon, when it's in alignment with that north node of the moon. I want you to look at that in your own astrology chart. Where is your north node? Where does that sit in your chart? For example, I will share with you that my north node is in the 8th house of transformation. Okay? And what has played out over the course of my life is the 2nd house is where my south node is. North node is in 8th house of transformation. My job is to walk toward transformation. I have had multiple transformations in my life. My job is about transformation of other people. How do I know that? Because the sign it's in is in Gemini. It's about communication, of transition, of transformation, of transmutation, right? That's why the channel is Soulful Revolution. That's why it's the butterfly. It's coming from the chrysalis out into these new the new world of the experience of a butterfly is very different than a caterpillar. And we get these moth and dragonfly spirits at the beginning of this reading. This is also showing you that your building blocks are also, you are also sort of opening up to this new experience. Open up to your north node of the moon. That's the work you're here to do on this planet. Yes. Will things go away? Yes. 5 of Cups. Some things you might be sad go away. It's not like, oh God, I'm glad that's gone, right? Not everything that's leaving feels good all the time. So, but it's sort of like with animals. Animals allow themselves to pass through life and they don't see death or transition or transformation as we have become accustomed to seeing it. We see it as an ending, a tragic ending for us. You know, we're missing that person and that animal. You know, Ellie passed away in December. I just got her ashes yesterday, and it was like I was bringing her back into the house, and Rose was like, she's been here all along. You know what I mean? Hi, Alexis. Thank you very much. So the spirit of other people is around you all along, and when you're looking at your north node, I am perpetually in that 8th house of death and transformation and rebirth and things of that nature. So that's what my work is. So when you look at your own chart, how can you look at that and see what the work is? How can you embrace that? Spoiler alert, your north node is going to scare the shit out of you in most cases because it's going to be the opposite of everything you know. The south node is stuff you already know how to do. Okay, my south node is in the 2nd house, the house of your material assets, the things, you know, your parents, your family, your other, you know, your belief systems, all these kinds of things that are created after your created 1st house. Then it's the family, it's the local, it's right there. It's all of the gifts you bring in this world with. You don't have to learn those gifts. Okay, so ironically enough, that's my 2nd house. So 8th house is taking all of those gifts I've learned and putting them through a transformative process to have something new, right? To help other people transform. It's being of service. So for you guys here, when you're looking at that, this is about healing your relationship to abundance. That's going to be very important. Okay, 9 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Some of you could have an earth sign coming towards you, but this feels to me, since it's very internal, okay, that it's necessary for you to do that. Some of you are fighting it. 7 of Wands. All right, that's a really important thing, is for you to learn where the abundance flow comes from for you. And abundance can be a lot of things. Can be freedom, can be time, can be energy, can be creative projects, can be, you know, children, can be a lot of things. So let's see where we're going here. Let's see where we're going here. Magician. You have all the tools you need. Wow. Emperor. Holy cow. 4 of Wands. 2 of Pentacles. This is almost like an embarrassment of riches, I will say. Some of you do have an earth sign. I see Sag. I see Aries here. right? Sag, Aries, and we see King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles here, life partner coming in. This is when you're truly embracing your inner Cancerian, your moon sign. This is what you really, your deepest feelings, your deepest desires come from your moon sign. The Cancerian eclipse is about getting you to the place where you're aware of it, you're awakened to it, and you're opening to the abundance based on that new information. So having the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands were the things you needed. Standing in your truth and holding the torch for other people. Look at the Hermit, right? Remember we talk about being the lighthouse, not the storm? Holding that torch, holding the light for other people so they can see the path. They can see the path in this, right? In this moonlit night. That's one of the pieces of service, okay, on the spiritual path that we're all doing. What's your particular one? That's what you're needing to learn right now. So I feel like there is a, some of you are really going to move into a new relationship, a long-term stable relationship because of this freedom, surrendering to your path, even though it doesn't look like where we've come out here. It doesn't look like, oh, it's going to be stable and it's going to be this and it's going to be that. Even though it doesn't look like that, you're needing to surrender to your Cancer moon. That's why we're here. Okay. You're needing to surrender to your North Node, whatever your North Node is, whatever moon you're in. We happen to be in the Cancer energy right now. So those of you who really have a Cancer moon are probably feeling this very strongly. So before I go, hello. All right, my darlings. So before I go here, some of you are moving into this is not zodiac specific. This is about who is watching. The intention is messages for those who are watching. Release your ex. Give your relationship a chance. True love coming in. Keep an open mind. This is going to look different. I'm telling you, this is going to look different. For some of you, I had an interesting exchange this morning where I'm seeing that I have been two different people. Most of us have. The person, this is the North Node in Cancer, South Node in Capricorn, right? The South Node in Capricorn is the public persona. The North Node in Cancer is the private persona. So which are you showing? Which is the one that is getting more airtime? Which is the one that is being out there? You've already done the Capricorn thing. Now we're into Cancer. So needing to embrace that nurturing. It's the feminine energy of abundance moving forward into reward on a massive scale. And one of those rewards I'm seeing here is the potential of a very stable relationship coming in. Because you release the need for stable relationship, because you embrace your true moon, because that's not what you're looking for. You're not out there looking for a King of Pentacles. No, you're really embracing your own spirit and what you're here to do. Okay? That's the truth transcending illusion. Your own truth. So I hope that was helpful to you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Totally on point. Hey there. Hello, everybody. That's awesome. You guys are great. It's wonderful to do these lives. If you'd like us to do more lives, we will. Please tell us what you want. We are listening. You know, Colleen and I are always looking at comments and what you guys are asking us to do. What would you like for us to do? Please let us know, okay? And embrace your beautiful new normal, okay? You guys are ready to go. Have a good day. Please, more energy live readings. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Have a good day.